Well, in somewhat of a surprise move, the Detroit Lions decide to keep someone in-house. We got some breaking news. I'm going to say it's breaking news because somebody doesn't know about this, and I like the graphic. But that is coming from Ian Rappaport, a move that we kind of saw coming if he was to stay in Detroit, and that is the Lions have agreed to a 3-year, $25.5 million extension for Derrick Barnes, my same name brother, a key part of their defense. $16 million of the deal is fully guaranteed on the signing per him and Mike G. Deal done by, it tells you right there. Barnes played just 3 games for Detroit last year before suffering a knee injury. He's fully healthy now, and the Lions know his value. They lock him in. I gotta be honest that I don't feel a particular way about this. The Detroit Lions do not draft for need. They draft best player available. I don't think it's a big deal when it comes to money and breaking the bank, so I'm not mad at that. $26 million, 16 guaranteed. The guaranteed money is really all that matters. So if you spread that out, that's, what is that, $16 million, 3 years. That's like 5.33 a year, essentially, right? So I haven't looked at the particulars of his contract, but I'm not upset with this. I'm also not through the moon about it either, because this is what Brad Holmes does. I mean, Derrick Barnes, he is a guy that Brad Holmes drafted. He was actually drafted a couple picks before Amon-Ra St. Brown. We took Derrick Barnes, and then we traded back up 2 picks later to take Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think Barnes was our pick, and then we came back up, somehow traded up and got Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's obvious that Brad Holmes will do whatever it takes to keep the people that he drafted, the core, intact. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. The fourth year came around. So his first draft, those people are, Derrick Barnes was part of that, and those players are beginning to phase out of the team. We still have Ife Melifonwu, but we took care of Aleem McNeil. So far from that draft, we've taken care of Aleem, Derrick, Amon-Ra. Now we have Ife, we've got Levi as well. So I don't know what we're going to do there. I know we have some other players coming from that draft. Penei Sewell, we took care of him. So Brad, it's obvious that he will take care of his players. Now, put it in the comment section below. How do you feel about this deal? I'm neither here nor there. I mean, did the team get better? Which is always the question. Did the team get better? Me, honestly, we know that Brad does not draft for need. So he's going to draft BPA. So it's not necessarily going to stop him from, let's say, taking a Jahad Campbell or anything like that. What we need, though, is impact players immediately, specifically on the D-line, on the defensive side of the ball. The offense is pretty stout. We can literally put anybody in that offense. That offense has been built for now. The defense, however, there's a lot of pieces that have been brought up in the drafted for the future. Broderick Martin. As a matter of fact, every single video that I make about the defense, I'm going to find a way to mention his name. That is, I'm telling you that right now. So that's what we've done. Now it's time to act. Now we need to do something now. Now you could say, well, the Detroit Lions defense got worse when Derrick Barnes went out. Derrick Barnes played 2.5 games. Can we really say that? In those 2 games, we allowed 40 points. So I'm not going to say that that's the case. The good news is he is healthy now, and that's always a great thing. So let's look at his career. 6 foot, 25. So he'll be 26 at the start of the new season. And obviously he only played the 2.5 games. So the stats for 2024 are kind of not fair. Relatively healthy. I mean, until this year, had only missed 3 games in his career. Got his first interception in that 2023 playoff game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's not a sack guy. That's not what he does. He missed that sack in 2023 on Dak Prescott that resulted into a huge play for the Dallas Cowboys. But, I mean, Derrick Barnes is an average linebacker. He's an average linebacker. There's nothing special about him. There's nothing game-changing about him. He's just a guy. I hate to say that, but it's the reality. Derrick Barnes is just a guy. Now, again, I don't feel any way. You're going to need depth on your team. Derrick Barnes was not paid $25 million, $16 million from a Brad Holmes regime to not start. He is going to remain the starting linebacker. The only thing I could possibly see is if we took a linebacker and he got outplayed in training camp. That's where he would lose his job, because Derrick Barnes, being the starter in 2024, would not be playing during the preseason if he wasn't going to be the starter. That rookie would be playing, and he would outwork Derrick and just have to force Brad to make a move. Now, or I should say Dan at that point, because once the season starts, Brad's job is over. So there is a pattern for Brad Holmes. And again, you guys get mad at me, and I see why now. I see it's first is my delivery, which is, I get it. Not everybody's cut. I'm an acquired taste. There's no doubt about it. But Brad Holmes, man, he likes them to be injured. There's no doubt about it. You cannot deny it. I think we have been talking about it for a while, and Brad Holmes and Derrick Barnes getting injured, it was a low hit. It was nasty. Shouldn't have happened. I get it. But it is very obvious. And, of course, Derrick is healthy now. But you had cases like Tim Patrick, DJ Reader, other season-ending injuries, and those players came and did pretty well. I'm not going to say that Derrick Barnes will not be that guy, but I told you, there's four boxes that you need to check to guarantee, essentially. Now, Derrick Barnes is under 30. He's under 30, but he is a mediocre mediocre linebacker. He was never anything special. He's mediocre. He's average. He is a jag. He is just a guy. Probably a really nice guy, but he's just a guy. Don't know how the Lions could have went in free agency and got better. I have no idea. I haven't really been paying attention to linebackers that's been available. But it's obvious. Now, there was some thought that Derrick Barnes could go to the New York Jets, that he was one of the pieces that Aaron Glenn was trying to steal. Maybe the Lions were able to make that deal because the Jets couldn't talk to him until Monday. And I've said this many times. The Lions can re-sign their guys. After the Super Bowl is over, they can essentially start re-signing guys who's already on the team. This is such a Detroit Lions move, though. It really is. First, you are one of the last people to do anything. The tampering period is in 72 hours. It literally is 72 hours from right now. That's when the tampering period begins. And the move that you've made is to re-sign just a guy linebacker, which is, but in all fairness to Derrick Barnes, I'm about to really ruffle y'all feathers right now. The Lions are full of just a guys. I said this last year, that we are the grit warriors. And Dan Campbell has made it very clear that he's going to put grit over talent. He's going to put culture over talent. And up until, you can't say that it's proven it's been a bad thing, but the question is it enough? Is having grit enough? We didn't really get a fair sample size last year because of all the injuries. But I don't feel any type of way about this. It's just another guy that Brad Holmes has decided that he was going to keep on the team. I am curious to know what this means about other players that he's drafted from, particularly that round. You've got the Iffies. You've got the Levi's. I'm curious about those two guys. So let me know what you think. But again, it's going to be breaking news for someone. My wife is texting me right now. So let me know what you think. How do you feel about this? We know that that's not going to change Brad's strategy, but do you think, was there any other linebacker that you would have wanted the Lions to bring in that was an impending free agent? We're not going to talk trades, impending free agents, all right? This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.